You know what?
What's up?
We was only broadcasting on Facebook. I was wondering why there was nobody here.
Oh, is YouTube good?
Let me check right now. I thought I had all. You know what? I'm pretty sure I didn't have it. I was rushing this. So yeah, we're live. Wow. Uh,
Wow, I'm looking at the little still capture that they put on the video, and this is boy, I look terrible. It's not cool. Yeah, it's not cool.
Hey, I got this blurry picture and everything. Yeah, wow. You know what? I got this cool shirt on now, and yeah, I'll never use this old camera ever again. I really just didn't feel like I just wanted to jump on and do a couple of things. I didn't want to, like so. For those who are just coming in now, because we got people coming in now, we decided just to do a show tonight to get people's mind off of Ida, who is hitting Louisiana right now, and we're seeing the storm chasers going around. And Thea's question was, what do we have that we used to have Chuck E. Cheese's, and in Charlotte we used to have the Celebration Station, which was literally the same thing. I mean, pizza, video games, go-karts in the back, the whole thing. I don't even think we have that anymore.
Yeah, I don't know where kids get to go now.
I honestly don't know. I think since we have so hands-on to video games in the home right now, and the entertainment process of at-home videos kind of makes those places irrelevant. I personally think people have got caught on to spending hundreds of dollars for to get tickets for a racer. You know, playing games just to get those little tickets, and that a go-kart thing, that was fun. I really enjoyed it.
And I think COVID definitely killed it for anything that has that kind of a platform, I guess.
Hey, Holly. Yeah, that really just destroyed everything.
Hello, Holly.
So I got one thing. Your boy won't disappear.
Which one? Donnie?
No, let me bring him up.
Or is it your boy Lindsay?
Mike Lindell, still in Trump's good graces, has new prediction. So let me bring it up.
We have a new date now?
Oh, let me add it. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. So here we go, everyone. Pillar magnet turned election conspiracy theorist Mike Lindell has a new prediction. Donald Trump will be back in the Oval Office by New Year's Eve. For months, Lindell floated August as a deadline for Trump's reinstatement, landing on August 13th as the day Joe Biden's electoral victory will be thrown out. Though the 13th passed without any development and his South Dakota cyber symposium fell flat, the infamous MyPillow CEO is still in Trump's good graces, earning a glowing endorsement from the previous commander-in-chief at a packed rally in Coleman, Alabama, Saturday night. This is Trump. Mike Lindell is a patriot, a wonderful man, and a man who puts his guts into everything. A man that they don't treat properly. He's smart. He loves his country so much. He's willing to die for this country. So, yeah, we got a new date.
Yeah, we can caption that as things Trump says before he says, I never knew the guy.
Well, the deal is he hasn't asked for money yet.
Right. He hasn't asked for money yet, and he hasn't failed in any capacity in like big up in him.
So Mafia, the new date since. And here's the deal. We thought it was going to be dangerous on the 13th, Friday the 13th. Surprisingly enough, nothing really happened. I'm surprised nothing didn't happen. I mean, some erratic violence here and there, and I didn't read anything that happened that was bad. But So now we have New Year's Eve. And
Yeah.
New Year's Eve, bunch of drunk idiots riding around, thinking today is the day. Now, here's my question. Do you think it still carries the same weight, though, now, since this is like the 5th or 6th date? Do you think it still carries the same weight?
I think people are watching the wrong aspect of the show. Like, for a while now, I've been saying Trump is a figurehead. He's not the actual leader. So there's a segment of these knuckle draggers who take him seriously, like he's their all in all. But that's a real small group out of the group that follows the Trump energy. So the way I look at it is like this. The white supremacists, the nativists, the take my country back by blood, that group, they're still out there. And they're still going to be attacking local politicians and trying to take over state houses. And, they're going to still do their thing. Trump is just, he's extra, and then you got these knuckleheads like Mike Lindell, who actually are true believers. And he's just going to keep moving the date, hoping that one day he'll guess right. So,
which will be 3.5 years from now.
Yeah, it'll be 2024.
Yeah,
because God will deliver him a new message or something.
Yeah, something. I said this before that Trump's base is shrinking. Hey, Tracy. And when I say Trump's base is shrinking, I don't want anyone to think I'm saying that those crazy conservatives is shrinking. When I say Trump's base is shrinking is Trump found out the hard way that he's already has set into play. This is the way I want you to think. This is the way I want you to act. This is the way I want you to represent America to the whole world, no matter what. And it was proven that once I have indoctrinated that in you for the last 4, going on 5, because he hasn't changed since he got out of office, it's even pushed it a little more, that now that has been set into, as if for lack of a better term, set into stone, it's kind of hard for you to switch that message off, even if you're switching off the messenger. Case in point, when Trump had his rally and he told everybody to take the vaccine, and they booed him. And one of the conservatives who was always on Trump's side and I got your back and everything else, I cannot remember. He's a nut job too. I just can't remember his name right now.
Yeah, the Sandy Hook clown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He flipped on Trump. And I mean, I saw the video. When I say he flipped hard. Like, I ain't playing the middle ground like this may be what I'm thinking. Though he said, baby, you just not the leader we need anymore.
Well, see, that's just it. I can't remember the guy's name either, but he's a shock jock. So
Right.
he always plays in the extremes. But Trump didn't create this movement. Trump is a creation of this movement. So they've been building this for like 20, 30 years, or longer than that, since Reagan. But W. Bush really, really, really turned up the gas on this. So he's a reflection of the energy that's out there. And so when he became a possible nominee, they saw in themselves in him, and then they repped him, you know what I'm saying? But he's like the guy who's at the top of the cliff and he pushes the boulder. So now the boulder's going downhill and he's looking at the boulder like, look what I did, thinking he created the boulder. You never created the boulder, Trump. You just pushed it. You know what I'm saying? So now you can't yell at the boulder and say, stop. It's going to do what it's going to do at this point. So he's dealing with that really tricky moment where his influence is dying out faster than he's ready for it to.
Yeah.
That's why he doesn't say a lot.
Trump has made it, and just to piggyback on what you said, Trump didn't create what we're going through right now.
No, this is America.
What Trump did was a powerful person in the Oval Office telling you it's okay for you now to feel the way you feel.
Yep.
Not only feel okay with it, relish in it and make it stronger. I don't feel that you're making it strong enough. I don't feel like you're making your voice heard loud enough.
And he gives them somebody to blame.
Yeah. Regardless of what it is. And I'm not gonna say regardless of what it is. If you're brown, it's your fault. If you're not straight, it's your fault. If you're not rich, it's your fault. I'm missing something.
If you're not white.
If you're not white, yeah. If you're not white,
that's what it is, because it's really the only group he never attacked were white men. He attacked all women. He attacked all minorities. He attacked all immigrants. You know what I'm saying? You're married to an immigrant. Her parents are immigrants. You use the what he called passport or whatever that is thing where you like bring your family through. He used that to get them here. He's first generation, right? So he just spoke to their id. He spoke to that emotional driver that's always been there. It is America, because at the root of America, I don't care where you look at in this country's history, it's always comes down to who's going to get the benefit. That's always what it comes down to. And if we have to share the benefit with somebody who doesn't share my opinion and my ideals, then they're the enemy and we're going to fight them. So, yeah, that little booing moment for Trump, he's been booed before. He didn't care. He didn't care.
He did take. He cared a little bit, and I'm gonna tell you
that pivot was too smooth. He pivoted like a professional.
That's what I mean. He cared a little bit. He thought, as a matter of fact, I even go this far. This is the credit, giving him credit and taking the credit away, all in the same sentence. He thought he just had that much power that he actually slid that statement, "Get the vaccine in."
Right.
I've heard his speeches before where he'll talk, and then he'll slide a little something in there, not giving people enough time to process what he just said, and he'll just keep it pushing. Well, unfortunately, when he said he talk, take the vaccine, you hit a trigger point, Trump. They heard that one. They heard that because we've been hearing all along not to take the vaccine because it's not FDA approved. And now it's FDA approved, so now we're going to have to pivot, and you're not giving us enough time to pivot because now you're telling us to take the vaccine. No, they heard that, so he had to jump back in with the little push report. But your freedoms are important. Don't forget your freedoms. Your freedoms. But he got caught off guard on that one. He didn't see the booze coming off that one.
Yeah, I think it surprised him, but I don't think it really fazed him because he's good at this stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like that was like a heat check. He's already been vaccinated. He's good. So he's like, all right, I'm tired. All right, the media keeps saying I won't say it. So let me show the media who's boss. I'll say it. Y'all should get the vaccine. Oh, y'all don't like that. Well, you know what? Do what you want to do. This is what I did. Right?
Yeah. And they made and I hate them been telling this to his base for the longest time. We've been telling them for the longest time that Trump could care less about you. Trump does not care about you at all. You're giving him exactly what he wants, and that's power and money. And whether you live or die, and I hate to say it, but it's true. Trump doesn't care if you live or die.
He doesn't care if anyone lives or dies.
DeSantis doesn't care if you live or die. And a lot of Republicans don't care if you live or die because I take all of that back. They did not used to care if you live or die.
Who?
Conservative Republicans.
They still don't care.
Oh, no. They care now.
Oh, yeah.
They care now because now their numbers are dwindling in the voting.
Perhaps they haven't had the vote come through yet, so they still think that because remember their game isn't turnout, their game is suppression. So if their suppression activities are running strong enough, because like to the Republican or the conservative, because it's older than the party, the conservative belief system is they're very much originalist or what do they call it? Textualist or whatever it is when they're talking about the Constitution and all of that stuff. And what that really means is the way this thing was drafted or set up was effectively only white men who owned the land vote, right? Which is a synonym in a way or a replacement for aristocrats, right? This is your best of your best, your creme of the creme, right? This is, your leaders. So the Republican or conservative ideology holds that they don't want everybody to vote. They don't even want all of the people who look like them to vote. They want the elite, chosen few to make the decisions for the rest of the huddled masses. That's what they want. So, they were willing, right? When it was Obama, they were talking about death panels, right? But Obama didn't have death panels. But then as soon as COVID hits, they're like, well, grandma, you had a good run. Doctor should let you die. So now they put up the death panels, right?
And by the way,
they don't care.
That's back again. That's back again.
Yeah, they have to triage care.
They're turning away victims. They're turning away people who has COVID. They're back on how bad is the COVID. Don't look like you're gonna make it, so don't need to bring you in. It went right back to square one.
Yeah,
and is I don't get this country sometimes.
But they're in too deep. You know what I'm saying? Like they're so far into the lie that they can't pull back because they have two choices: either look a complete fool and ruin any credibility you could ever have by saying I was wrong, this was all a cynical ploy, I'm really scared for you guys, please get vaccinated, blah 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 blah. Nobody's gonna do that. So instead they have to double down and they have to say, okay, well, if I can't tell them to get the vaccine, well, I'll tell them to do everything else that you would do because now you're sick. Because like the horse dewormer, the doctors who give ivermectin or whatever the term is, they're not giving you the horse dewormer. That just happens to be part of the ingredient base that's in that thing. But you, instead of getting a vaccine that's established and supported by doctors that the liberals agree with, you rather go get some stuff off the shelf at your local Home Depot or Ross or whatever, not Ross, but you know what I mean. You rather go do that because this is a different set of doctors.
It's just like you said, they're saving face.
Yeah,
they're and not even use this, take it to your grave, but they're literally going to take this lie to the grave.
Yeah. I mean, if you were DeSantis, use him as a case study. If you were DeSantis at this point, how do you get out of this? You either push through or admit you were wrong, and now you'll never be president.
He's going to push through.
Yep.
Because Trump has put it. Yeah, Holly, they're killing their own base. Yeah. Yeah, because Trump has gotten into people's. That's not true. I'm not going to put that on Trump. He had elevated it, but politicians have created a misdiagnosis of thinking you can never be wrong. What you say is what you said, and that's it. There's no changing your mind because I'm the smartest person in the room, and what I said is absolutely correct. The outside world can change. The analogy can change. The situation can change. Anything else can change. but it's too late. I already said what I said, and I can't look bad. And unfortunately, it conditioned the American people to think the same way. Well, wait a minute. You said this in 2017, but now you're saying this in 2020. So we don't know what we're supposed to think. That not taking into considerations that things at times have changed.
Well, they have the perfect base for that, right? Because they have a deeply, deeply religious, but not spiritually sound base. They're very well trained for that. When you hold to, and this is not an attack on religion, whatever you believe, but when you hold to a text that was written over 2,000 years ago, or based on over 2,000 years ago, revised a few times, but that's how old it is. Okay, back then they didn't have toilets, they didn't have toilet tissue, they didn't have vaccines, they didn't have any of that. But you still hold to that text as immutable, and it can't be changed. You've now trained an entire population to accept a worldview where situations don't change, situations don't evolve. You just have to believe hard enough, and it'll overcome realities on the ground. They got a perfect base for that. The problem, though, is the people peddling it don't even believe it. Like Mitch McConnell and DeSantis and Ted Cruz and all, they don't believe this mess. They're all vaccinated. Their kids are in private school if they have kids. Their grandchildren are if not. They don't, hobnob and rub shoulders with regular people. They don't go and sit close to people in Congress if they don't have to. They are doing all the things. Their actions will do what's right, and their words will do what's wrong because their population is gullible.
Tucker Carlson has mastered the rich man Robin Hood, I'm for the poor, without actually wanting to be anywhere near you at all whatsoever.
Yeah,
he's so quick to point out the whole "I'm here for you." Don't listen to the industry. Don't listen to those power hungry individuals, companies, groups, everything else. And the hypocrisy is you're a millionaire working for a billionaire company.
Yeah, on top of that, they tell people to stop listening to all these Ivy League know-it-alls trying to tell you what to do. And the beauty of their pitch is the reason I can tell you not to listen to these Ivy League people is because I went to school with them. I know how they really are. And their population, instead of hearing, wait a minute, so you're Ivy League? No, they don't hear that. What they hear is, oh yeah, he's an inside man. He knows.
The greatest term known. I should everything that you're blasting, you are, but I should listen to you because you have the inside scoop. Mike Lindell is, I have a man that told me, common sense would have said, Mike, you sell pillows. Why would you have this inside information on absolutely anything? Outside people will go, well, no, remember, he's rich. He has money. So he knows the people who to talk to. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
The man sells pillows. Sorry.
Yeah. And now if you look at the prosperity gospel that so many of them follow, and they've moralized wealth. So if you're wealthy, not only are you now more intelligent, because that's what capitalism tells you, but you're also more blessed, because that's what prosperity gospel tells you. So you're favored on all fronts. So you must have an inside track to the information we need. After all, I want to be like you one day.
And the deal is just like when the conservatives find a black person to go to their rallies and everything else, it only takes one. It only takes one to actually, let's not forget the thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands that's failed going by this ludicrous plan. But they got that one, and they'll put that one person that succeeded on a pedestal, and they'll use that for, look, this person succeeded by listening to me and my my people, and we are doing great if you just listen to us. And so this one person, don't pay attention to the thousands of people that failed listening to us. No. You need to look at this one person. Those thousands of people didn't do it word for word, phrase for phrase, thought for thought. This one person did do it. So stick to us and pay us as much as we need to make sure you prosper. You're not ever going to prosper listening to us, but make sure that you keep us powerful and rich. And one day you'll be just as powerful and rich as we are. And, not to say that the only reason they're powerful and rich is because they're, third, fourth generational wealth. But no, we're not going to tell you that. We're going to tell you that we built this from scratch. We built this empire that I built off started with $5 million. So
they don't tell you that part.
Like you, oh no, they're never gonna.
No, they're not gonna tell you that their dad was a patent attorney, like was it Jeff Bezos? I think it was, or your dad was some. They're not gonna tell you those things because that's somebody else's life story. We're talking about your life story, but they glorify the individual, because so long as you glorify the individual, you can ignore the masses. Right. Mm-hmm. So you can tell someone that you're special because you're not like them. Right. Black folk, we done heard this at some point in your life. You had somebody say to you, well, you're different. Well, you're not like them. Right. That is where that comes from. So people like a Candace Owens, people like a Herschel Walker, people like who was a 999 guy who died, Herman Cain. Yeah. People like that. The reason why there's no more than 2 or 3 at any given time is because it's a job. It's a role. And so they cast for that role, and you're going to have that role for the next 2 to 10 years. And for that period of time, you're going to be tremendously wealthy. We're going to make sure you're always booked. We're going to make sure you have the money coming to you. You're going to make sure you're okay. Now, we're not going to tell you this is a 2 to 10 year plan. We're just going to tell you that you're the right one. You got it figured out. You're different. You're special. And then when we're done with you, cast you off, and another one will step up, because I'm drawing from a community that is hungry. The Black community has no money, right? We're headed towards being net zero when it comes to our net worth. So you always will have those amongst us who will come, especially from our upper middle class, who fear ever becoming normal. So, all right, I will turn against everything that I should, and I'm gonna move from Texas to Georgia just so you can use me to run against the other Black guy.
Yep. Just listen to me. That's all you have to do.
Yeah.
And eventually 1 out of the 1,000 people that listen to me is going to succeed.
And those individualized people, they all annoy me. But that's mainly because I come from a Kwame Ture philosophy that nothing the individual achieves is done without the masses, right? That's my belief system.
Yeah.
But if you're someone who truly thinks you did it yourself, that's when I look at you and be like, all right, well, if you did it yourself, then, and your way is what's going to help other people be successful too. Can they follow your exact path? Can you write that down for someone else to do what you did? And that's how it'll turn out? The answer is always no. Because at some point, someone had to intercede. Something broke your way. It was a network that you happened to be connected to. It was that friend in college whose dad reached back and gave you an opportunity. It was the chance to get a scholarship to go to Harvard because you came from a hard luck story but had good grades. Something broke your way. And the moment we find that break, your whole philosophy goes out the window. because I can't copy it.
The one person that irks me so much, and you would know how bad she irks me, is Candace Owens, is because I don't think I've done a story on Candace Owens on my show, on either show, because she is about as vile of an individual person that I can think of, that I don't even want to waste my time even promoting her in any kind of way. So now she's upset and she wants an apology from a publisher of a book. And what happened was Candace Owens wrote a book, gave it to the publisher. And I'm looking, this is my opinion. The publisher she published a book, but she wasn't going to promote it. A person that normally goes in and does the, the top 10 books or something like that, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to look up a certain number in the system and type in that number. That that tells the algorithm this is the book that's in the top 10, top 50, whatever. He didn't do. The person that normally did that went on vacation. They got a substitute that came in, and the substitute didn't know that you were supposed to look it up by a number. So he was looking it up by names of the book. And I can't remember what Candace Owens' book is, but it started off with Black. The popular book that he was supposed to be looking for started with Black. He put the wrong book up. Candace Owens' book went up. When the publisher found out that Candace Owens was published as a top 10 book, she publicly apologized to everybody and said, I am so sorry. I did not mean to promote this book at all. This is a racist book. And somewhere on the lines of that, it's a racist, vile book. I don't like it. My apologies for anybody who thinks I was promoting this book. I didn't want it. Candace Owens wants an apology from the publisher.
Of course.
This is how she started the thing off by saying, and don't you find it, and I'm kind of paraphrasing this a little bit, but it's on the right track of, don't you find it funny that a white woman would call a black woman racist?
Isn't she a Republican?
Who?
Candace.
I don't know what Candace.
Yeah, I mean, I was like a rhetorical question, but yeah, she's a Republican. Your whole party is built on white women and white men calling black people racist.
Yeah.
So. They're so silly with how they use their own arguments against other people.
Yeah. So that's why I just don't I can't deal with Candace Owens, because Candace Owens degrades black communities over and over and over and over and over and over again until it benefits her.
Yeah. If you're willing to speak anti-blackness and be black, there's a check out.
Well, it's not even that, because Herman Cain didn't talk down to black people.
Yeah, he did.
When?
Herman Cain had that old man gatekeeper. He was like the conservative Clyburn. Pull your pants up, do it the right way. You don't have a good work ethic. That was Cain.
I didn't go that. When I say put down black people, I'm on the Candace Owens, Donald Trump, McCain type talk down. I'm not talking about pull your pants up and what kind of music is the old Bill Cosby show type put down on black people. No, I'm talking about the whole you ignorant and stupid for listening to the Democrats, and why are you listening to them, and why are you still having babies and the black baby daddy never there? That's the
to me, it's same stuff.
I can ignore pulling the pants up a lot more than I can think that as soon as you have a baby with somebody, you disappear as a dad. That it's automatically that's the case because you black.
Yeah, I feel where you're coming. I'm just saying for me, they're essentially the same because when they're talking about pull your pants up, they're simultaneously pushing laws and regulations that go and target young black men and lock them up. Like, it's like it's all this big web that's it's the self-hate for me that annoys me. I
stopped listening to Steve Harvey for the same reason. And it took me until 2020 to figure it out because and I'll admit, I was one of them things that let stuff brush, past me. Oh, he's joking. Oh, it's not that big of a deal. Oh, well, that's his thought. So, that's his opinion and everything. But it opened my eyes, and I'll never forget when he said, I will never hire anybody who have dreads.
See, I never heard him say that, but I'm not surprised.
No, I literally was listening on the radio the minute he said it. Yeah. I would never hire anybody to work for my organization that have dreads. It just looks very unprofessional to me. I'm like, dude, do you know how many unprofessional things you have done in your career that made your career, and you think dreads is unprofessional? Are you serious?
I mean, it's like this, man. You always consider the source, right? So Steve lost me when he had the episode and he said blank slavery. And he used it as a punchline, as part of his joke. But the problem for me is, one, don't you ever disrespect the ancestors. And two, you said it not to us. Like, it wasn't like some comedy routine for us. Your audience is overwhelmingly white. So you were entertaining them by disrespecting the ancestors. See, that right there, it was done for me. But at the same time, I believe people are complicated creatures. So he does a lot of great work for young people with like his ranch and all that stuff and the scholarships and all of that stuff. So it's like, nah, I can't rock with you no more because, as I just said, but at the same time, I'm not going to say you're a terrible person overall because you're doing some things over here that I do appreciate. But him, I got a list of people that I threw off the boat. It's Steve Harvey, Kanye West. It was Chrisette Michele, but I brought her back on the boat. I forgive her.
Why did you even have Kanye West on your list?
No, these are the people I threw off the boat.
Why was Kanye West not immediately on your list?
Because everyone, I know this is a different audience or whatnot, but everyone black is on my boat. It's just when you behave in such a way that is totally antithetical to the uplift and building of the community in an intentionally horrible way, that's when I throw you off the boat. But like, I'm one of those people who I don't think there's one way to be anything. Like, there's not one way to be black. There's not one way to be white. There's not one way to be anything, right? You are what you came into this world as. So Kanye, he's still a black dude. He's still my brother. He just can't come to the cookout, can't come to mama house. I don't even want you to fix him a plate. That dude is, I just can't deal with him.
I can't feel Kanye at all. I hear what you're saying. But
what did he do to bring you to that position?
It's because in my beliefs, I have to start looking at the person and what they've said and what damage what they said could do compared to what talent this person has.
Right.
And I've learned, and it took me a long time to figure that, but in other words, I don't move past. Yeah, but he makes great music. But he makes great music. But he makes great movies. But he's a great actor. But she's a great singer. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fantastic. They're still talking trash. So you're taking their blessings. They're blessed with these talents, and you assume because they talent they're not bad.
No,
No,
I agree.
they're bad. They're bad.
But what I was getting at is comparing like him and a Steve Harvey. So Steve Harvey, in my view, has some socially redeeming qualities. His craft is how he's famous, right? Then you have Kanye. Kanye's craft is why he's famous, right? Talented musician and stuff. Okay. But what are his socially redeeming qualities? I don't know of any. Like maybe he does some stuff I don't know about, but he is so loud and constant with the intentional shucking and jiving is where it really upsets me because he, and I hate to use that particular reference, but like, you know, step and fetch it, right? Oftentimes when we're frustrated with someone who's kowtowing to power to the detriment of their community and making a mockery of our culture, we bring up step and fetch it. But Step and Fetch It was doing this during the 1910s and 20s when that was literally one of the only paths for someone like him to show his range, so to speak, because he actually could act, but that's what, you know, white America wanted, so that's what moved him up, right?
Yep.
But now you have people like a Kanye who are doing a Step and Fetch It routine, but you have other options. You don't have to, right?
Kanye, 50 Cent, Ice Cube.
Well,
now, let me take that back.
Yeah,
I'm
don't
gonna
put Cube on
this
that.
for the biggest controversy of them all. I was never mad. Well, I don't want to lie. I don't want to lie. I was mad at Ice Cube for trying to talk to Trump and to turn in his platinum plan or whatever it is, where everybody was just mad. Oh, why are you talking to Trump? You shouldn't be talking to Trump and everything. I was mad at him, and then I thought, after thinking about it, I was like, well, all he did was turn in a plan. It ain't like he did ever say he was a Trump supporter. He never said he was a Trumpster. He never said any of this stuff. All he said was, hey, this is a plan that's going to help the Black community. Can you take a look at it? And so on and so forth. And everybody got to the point where, oh, if he's talking to Trump, he must be a Trump. No, he never said that. He never once said that. He said, here's a plan, Trump. Read it over. Let's discuss it to make the Black community better.
Yeah, I agree.
So
that's why I was grumbling, right? That was why I was grumbling, because I'm like, you know, he got and here we go, I'm bringing up Steve Harvey again, but he got the Steve Harvey treatment, except that Steve Harvey, when he went in to talk to Trump, he didn't go in like with the backing of the community, right? It was like he went in for himself. And then when he came out, we all were like, ugh, right? But Cube, to me, was a different thing, because to me, Cube has never been part of politics. Cube did not have to even insert himself at all, right? This man's already 3 generations deep wealthy at this point, right? This dude's going to be all right.
Oh, yeah.
And he tried to talk to the incoming Biden administration first, but they said, no, wait until we're already in office. We can't talk to you right now. So he got blown off by the Democrats. And then he went to Trump, who was in office. So for me, when you come from someone like me, whose politics are Black before they're red or blue, I look at it and I say, well, look, if you want to achieve something, and this goes on almost any level, if you want to achieve something, you got to go to the one who has access to the thing that you want to achieve.
Exactly.
That doesn't mean you join their team. It means that this is, look, here is my plan. Now he got played. He got played, but
Mm.
I'm not gonna. I'm like I said in one of our other episodes, I want more cubes. I want more people who have benefited from our consumerism, our support, our love, and all that stuff to be in a position to where they can even request that kind of an audience with a president or a presidential nominee. I want more of them. I want 30 Ice Cubes out there. I don't care if I'm 100% in agreement with them. Are you moving the ball? You know what I'm saying? Are you going to be a quarterback who says, I'm not going to throw to that receiver unless it's a touchdown? No, you're going to make the play to move forward. So that's why I apologize. But yeah, that whole cube thing really kind of touched the nerve for me. Not with you, but like when it happened, back when it happened.
Hey guys, good show. Thank you, Tanya. I appreciate it. That's in case you don't know, Tanya is my sister-in-law and the host of Don't Be Scared, Let's Talk About It. It's a show that comes on every Thursday at 8:10 on Facebook.
Oh,
so
hello.
it is her, my wife Foxy, my daughter, their cousin, and their cousin's daughter. That's everybody.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I don't want to interrupt, but just want to give you an update. Ida has reversed the direction on the on the Mississippi River. I did not have that on my bingo card. Crapola.
So that means it's
yes.
I mean, it's bad anyway. I mean, that thing hit. It hit land on what a Cat 4 or 5. I mean, even when it finally turns into a tropical storm tonight or tomorrow or whenever they're forecasting that, the damage has
been done. Yeah, I unfortunately. Well, let me read this. Can we say a prayer for Alabama, Florida, Louisiana, Mississippi before we get off here? Yep. I don't know why I was silly enough to watch those not the videos, but the live stream of the damage because I mean the first few scenes that I watched, it was not that big of a deal because it was rain, wind, watching the trees move and everything else, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But boy, then they got to the damaged house with the tree that's already inside and the wires hanging from the power lines and everything. It was just, I was like, oh, I shouldn't be watching this before I go to bed. But
no, I agree, man. It's important that you don't, quote unquote, turn away. Because this is real life human suffering, you know what I'm saying? And this isn't a Democrat or Republican thing. This is the earth doing what the earth does, and people can't overcome what earth is doing. You know what I'm saying? And there's real hurt and tragedy behind it. I mean, this is my industry. I'm insurance is my livelihood, and yeah, it's bad. It's bad, and it's so painful for me. Moments like this and other cases of suffering for people, because when I see these stories, when I hear these stories, I'm not able to dissociate. Right? Yeah. I'm not able to be like, Louisiana had a storm and look at all the damage. My mind automatically goes to what that must feel like when you didn't have enough money or enough warning or enough education or enough whatever you may have been lacking to help you get out. What are you going through right now? Right? You don't know when help's coming. There is no food. There is no water. There's no way to get away. You're just there hoping that you don't die and people don't forget about you. That's the reality of this. That's how I feel when we talk about Afghanistan. That's how I feel when we talk about children going to school who don't have lunch. The real people, real people.
You feel fear. I lived through Hugo when it came through Charlotte. It was a one-night event, nothing like what we're going through right now. It was a one-night event, and it was the most devastating thing you could ever feel. You're cooking off of a kerosene heater. You're watching gas station exploding because everybody is overrunning the gas pumps to get gas just so they can move around. Your refrigerator is now a cooler, and hope and pray you can find ice somewhere. And this is for a whole week. We was the lucky ones that it didn't destroy our house. And trust me, the house I was in was a piece of crap to begin with. So the fact that it survived, it was totally amazing. But no power. Hope and pray you can find food. Price gouging off the chain. Yeah. When you go to the store and bologna was $10 a pack. Mm-hmm. It is, my heart always go to the people. I even feel a certain kind of way when they go, and this is how much it's going to cost for the damage. And I'm like, did you factor in the human quality into that estimate of how much damage was done?
More often than not, they absolutely do not, because the people who couldn't get out the way don't have a lot of value to those people.
Yeah. Anyway, hope our thoughts and prayers are for those states. We're gonna take a small break real quick. Theas, can you come back, or you got to get out of here?
I'm good. I can hang for a bit.
All right, we're gonna come back. We're gonna watch a couple of videos, and we're gonna just laugh at people and each other. So, like I said, this show will take our minds off this devastation in this country and conservatives and everything else. So I'm gonna be a man of my word. This can go get him another bottle of whatever it is that he's drinking, as long as it ain't gallon of water.
I left that upstairs. I got like 4 of these just sitting around. It's just all empty. I'm done. All right, everybody. Mafia will be back in a few minutes. Stay tuned.
Feelings. It's like I can't walk on the ceiling. Oh yeah, got me dreaming in colors I never dreamed. Oh yeah, I let you deeper than I let anyone else before. Filling up with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh. Magic. No, I'm never letting go. Now that I have it with you. When you kiss me, it's like the stars fall out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Filling up with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Ooh, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher, yeah. You take me higher, baby.
All righty. We are back. No more serious stuff. But then again, I got Theus on the show, so no promises.
Yes, sorry, serious is my fun.
I know. All right. So let me see. So let's insult women first.
Reposting my funniest duet.
And that cashier was so rude, so mean, she was such a bitch.
Let me guess, self-checkout again.
Now, I put that video for one thing and one thing only, and I'm the one who's being serious because it just popped in my head. So did you hear the story about the woman who, another Karen, of course, who got into it, was it Walmart or Target's? One of those self-checkout aisle, and demanded that the cashiers come over and bag her stuff.
I didn't hear nothing about that, but I don't watch the Karens.
There's a guy
You're freezing up on me, brother.
the guy, and he's good at the other stuff, and I appreciate it, but he specializes in caring parts of society, and I can't do it. I just can't. I'll read about it all day long, but to actually watch the videos and stuff, I just like, look, I'll put it to you, this is how bad it is. I literally just watched the Pittsburgh Steelers video. I just now got around to watching it. That's why that's just not my thing to watch. I just now got around to watching that video, and it's just not my thing.
Yeah, I don't typically watch those, not out of any kind of moral positioning or anything. It's just not my because like when I see a white woman acting the way that typically the Karens are showing themselves out to be, really, privileged, entitled, whiny brats. I can't see it and not think of Emmett Till and Rosewood. And you see, I can't. So it's traumatizing for me. So I just blip, 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 blip.
I don't go as deep as thinking about those tragedies. I more or less keep it more modern, so to speak, and my modern thought is just like what happened at the Pittsburgh Steelers game. As soon as security came, they went after the black guy. That the black guy, you're gonna have to leave, and everybody else is telling him, no. She the one that took the first shot.
Yeah, not only does he have to leave, I almost guarantee he got arrested.
Or
at least detained.
Yeah. If it wasn't for the video, it would have been. See, my thought process is the modern process of how many people got arrested, thrown out of places, went to jail, whatever, harassed by the police, if that's the least you want to think about, being harassed by the police. If it wasn't for the fact that the video was there showing that they wasn't the cause of the problem, but the only fact that you're on being harassed, arrested, jailed, or thrown out is because of the color of your skin, because obviously we already have a stigmatization in this society that it has to be the black person's fault.
No, I hear what you're saying. I'm just saying that I don't want to be anywhere near any of those situations because the impact is going to be different. And I refuse to hope that a video will help me because a video shows up after the fact, right?
Yeah,
the video didn't. I can run down a list of names, and the video did not help one bit.
I know YouTube algorithm is listening to this, so I have to watch what I'm saying. So
yeah, that's why I didn't drop names. But yeah.
I would say I kind of thought that video with me implanted in it would not have ended the way this video ended. Case in point, what was that? Mafia, help me out. They was at a Victoria's Secret, the Victoria's Secret Karen.
Yeah.
Let's put it to you this way. That video would have been really short. I'm just going to leave it at that.
But it wouldn't be. But it couldn't be.
No.
You know, because first, one, she wouldn't have run up on someone like me or you. That's one. Just would have created a different story like the Karen in the park, right? And then two, had someone reacted.
Did you get the update on the Karen in the park thing?
Which part of it? The part that he didn't want her to get in any trouble, or the part that she said, "I'm sorry and I need my job back"? What?
No. This is recent.
Mm-mm.
Oh, go ahead what you were saying. I got to update you on what she said on a radio station again.
Yeah, I was just making the point that what happens after the fact, it doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. It all depends on that you were a party to it. And I have no faith in any aspect of our system. So I need to stay away from it. And if I can't stay away from it, unfortunately, I'm probably going to go for broke. So it's best to just avoid it altogether. Just avoid it altogether.
Why did this show started? Because of Lizzie Graham. Why Lizzie Graham? Because I've said it and I'll say it again. You're going to do what you're going to do regardless of what happens. But the update on the Park Karen, the Central Park Karen, she went on a radio station 2 months ago. This was kind of old now. 2 months ago, and said what she thought was the guy was giving a snack to her dog to lure the dog over there to hurt the dog.
Oh, the dog that she was choking, that dog?
Yeah. And thus, if she sees her dog in danger, she was going to go over there to save her dog, and no telling what would happen to her.
And she's, at this point, she's well aware of the videos. So
yeah. Again, you're going to do what you're going to do regardless of the situation.
Which takes me back to my original point: stay away.
Yep. So this is a readable situation. I probably have to play this twice, but I think I'm going to take us down real quick because I feel like somebody out there needs to see this. No, I don't know anybody. No, nobody told me anything before I get those questions. Marlon, who are you talking about? Who are you? I don't have anybody. I just play these videos because I'm sure somebody gonna see the video, may need this message. So I'm gonna play it again. I'm not gonna take us down anything, but I'm gonna read it out loud because it does go pretty quickly. But here it is.
I can leave a party without ever letting you know.
It's crazy how women won't date a guy who lives with his mother, but would date a guy who still lives with his wife.
Yeah. But, I don't know. I'm going to defer the floor to you, my good brother, because I do not have any lighthearted response to that one.
Hey, you think I do?
Yeah, I'm just saying I ain't got it. Personal integrity is huge with me. Like,
okay.
Huge. Yeah.
You have the audacity to have morals and values that equate to out there date any man who stays with their mother and have those same morals and values of dating a man who's still married. I don't know what levity you thought I was going to get to this. It's a flat out. I have no levity whatsoever with this.
Yeah, the type of
gross.
The type of men who do that and the type of women who do that, that's who they are. They've made that choice. They're like, you can't reach those people. You just can't reach those people. And I just hope that the consequences don't necessarily have to catch up with you, because I'm one of those people who believe that you get to choose your actions, but you have zero control of reactions. So just be safe out there, folks.
Yeah, I'm gonna go a little step further. Let's start the safety exercise by not doing it.
I agree.
Let's just. I'm sorry. If I get to the point, and I've told my wife this in her face, so no, I don't want nobody to think, oh, Marlon's talking big junk because he's on TV. No, I told my wife this to her face. If I have to cheat on you, there is come a point that I have to leave you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
before I cheat on you. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm not cheating on you. Now, don't get me wrong. Back in the day, I have no issue whatsoever cheating on women.
Yeah.
But I'm married, happily married, and I'm settled. Now, be honest with you, a part of me is I am happily married, I am settled, and I'm happy with the life that I have right now. A good 30% of it is I don't have the energy to cheat. I just don't. I can't do this keeping up with phone numbers and watching my cell phone and what neighborhood am I in? Do they know me over here? Somebody may see me. I don't want nobody to see. I'm so done with that. You want to talk America? You want to talk about freedom? Don't cheat. That's freedom. I can go anywhere in my city that I want to. I can leave my phone in the house anywhere I want to. I don't have to put it on vibrate when I go to bed. That's freedom. I don't, y'all can have it. I don't have nothing to prove anymore. Anyway, I mean, it's been 17 years. I mean, at this point, there's nothing else to prove.
Amen.
All righty. Thea's trying so bad not to go deep, but okay.
I'm trying. Yeah.
But I forgot what this last video is. Okay, well, let's play it. I forgot what it is.
Ah, crap. There's a new virus.
Oh shit, no way.
Yeah, it's called the Peekaboo virus. Peekaboo? I don't know.
What the fuck is the Peekaboo virus?
I don't know. It says that it temporarily causes blindness.
Ooh, that sucks.
Yeah, they said it starts from getting something on your hands and you rub your eyes and then all of a sudden you're blinded for like 30 seconds.
Is there like a cure or anything?
It doesn't say a cure or anything. Oh, not Peekaboo. It's the Peekaboo virus.
The Peekaboo virus?
Yeah, it says here it's actually pronounced the Peekaboo virus. And if you contract it, you need to get to the intensive care unit.
Intensive care unit? Damn.
Yeah, it says here that if you get the Peekaboo, you have to go to the ICU.
I'm offended that I just had to watch that.
Oh, gracious. You know what? I was offended when I had to watch it. I figured I'm not going to be the only one here listening to this and be offended alone.
But I do. Man, I'm struggling to say something about it, but I like that they liked what they did.
That's the same thing as saying, yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, that happened.
That happened.
I witnessed that.
Yeah, I saw that. See, Holly like it. That was cute. That was cute. That was funny. That was funny. Trust me, there was a lot of other videos that I picked was kind of like too racy, so to speak. Funny as crap to me, but it was still racy. But that was funny. That was you stick in the mud. All righty. Stiz, do you have anything else?
No. Gonna go to this job I don't like tomorrow and do that for 3 more days before my next day off. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Yay.
I did that one. No, I did it Thursday. I remember specifically I did it Thursday, waking up going. And my wife looked at me and went, she talked to, I kissed her goodbye and we talked during lunch. She's like, I was scared to kiss you because you look like you was really upset and mad. I was like, well, it's something about waking up, going to a job that you really don't like, getting paid for stuff that you really don't need to be getting paid for. So, yeah, the happiness is gone. After a certain point, you just sort of go by the motions. What's the saying? You just
you're just gutting it out, man. And,
you're just doing it. So
yeah.
I understand.
My days are 11 hours long, so it's yeah, but only work 4 days a week. So okay.
Well, stay on the line. I'm going to end the show right now. So, Mafia, that is our show for today. I appreciate everybody who watched. Please do not forget to like, share, subscribe. Do not forget to hit that notification bell. I'll do shows like this where it popped up so we could take our mind off of the serious stuff that's going on in this country and everything else, just to bring some levity and also to bring my numbers up since YouTube likes to take my videos down because somebody said I did something that I didn't do. So until next time, I'll see you when I see you. Peace.
Good night, everybody.